Madrid, this is welcome back to yet another episode of Let's Be Real podcast. Just one word, yeah? Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. So, this isn't the first time. This isn't gonna be the last time we put these guys in a fucking spliff. If you guys don't know what a spliff is, you could Google it. If you're underage, I would suggest you don't Google it. But these guys were put in a spliff, in a coffin. I have no adjectives, honestly. Because I wouldn't be like this if this was any other team. Yeah? I watch people closely because more than gestures, more than words, more than actions, it is just a look in your eyes because your eyes would never lie. And I looked into all those people, all those players, Liverpool players on the pitch, when the score was 2-1. It wasn't 2-2, it wasn't 3-2, it wasn't 4-2, it wasn't fucking 5-2, yeah? But I saw the look in their eyes. They knew what was coming. It's fucking inevitable. That's the word. Inevitable. You can talk us down. And I'm sorry, Doris, that you had to go through that. But Liverpool went through worse. You hit your head on a plank.
Yeah.
Liverpool got spank banged. That this is a fucking violation. It was almost like they were touched. Like at one point I saw Vinicius just talking to Trent with his feet. I've never seen anyone do that shit. It was almost like Trent had to take a back seat and think, whoa, this isn't a level playing field. I repeat, this isn't a level playing field. We are up against a team that just believes in themselves. That's it. We don't have the money like City. We don't have the money like PSG. We don't have La Masia, yeah? But you saw what Barca did with Liverpool, a few years ago. Yes, Liverpool were a different beast back then. They were at a better place. But still, 2-0 down with 15 minutes on the clock, under the lights, Anfield, Champions League night. Ain't easy, it ain't easy. One bit, We could have easily crumbled. Kamavinga.
Yeah, I feel him.
Hats off. No words. No words. Farooq, I hope you don't sleep at night. Simple as, because your predictions were completely wrong. Completely put to bed. I don't know what this kid has to prove anymore. Kamavinga, pound for pound, is probably below Jude Bellingham in Europe. That's it. Gavi who? Pedri who? Pedri doesn't have a single fucking assist in La Liga this season. I don't know what this kid has to prove anymore. I can hear my own voice. I don't know why people do that.
Yeah, excuse me.
Doris, you're annoying. But let's get into it. I'm done with my rant. How are you guys doing, man? Just go for it. Tonight, there are no rules, no structures. Free flowing shit. Just like our team, man. We just flowed effortlessly.
Javier, wanna take this?
Yeah, absolutely. The name of the game for today and the whole season, it's give the ball to Vinicius. Vinicius game. This is Vinicius game. I don't fucking care about anything. I don't care. Today, I saw Ashley say in the chat, don't talk about Mbappe. I'm not gonna talk about Mbappe. I'm gonna talk Vinicius until the end of my life. This was the game, like Sonny said, 2-0 down at Anfield. Your goalkeeper make an error out of themselves. And he came to the outside of the box and said, "Give the fucking ball to me. I'm gonna do the rest." And he did, and scored the most wonderful goal I ever seen to Vinicius scoring. This is the kind of goal that if another player make it, we're gonna talk about for weeks and weeks and weeks. But it was Vinicius, the provocative one, the the not center-minded player. And then a few minutes later, he tried to do the same score, but now Alisson saves an incredible goal. So yeah, Vinicius scored the 1 and 2, but he should score the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 because they have no option to stop him. No Alexander Arnold, of course no Joe Gomez, not even Alisson. They need to put him like a lock, like 4 or 5 or 6 players, and he came like I don't know. I have no words to explain Vinicius. But today was wonderful. Of course, everyone was wonderful. Once again, shout out to my boy Nacho. He came through and basically dry out Mo Salah. So we can talk, like Sunet said, about everyone. This team is royalty, and royalty never, by any means, is down.
That's the most important bit, because also when we were 2-0 down, Liverpool players, they looked relaxed, man. I don't know how the fuck you get to that point. 15 minutes on the clock, right? They thought the game was over. They thought, yes, we're going to just sit and counter and hope Real Madrid leaves some spaces behind. We're going to exploit it. We have Nunes, we have Salah, we have Trent pinging in balls. They're going to score. If they can score, yeah, but we can score more than them. Like effortlessly like taking like a 2 or 3 goal lead back to the Bernabeu. Easy day. What happens? Real Madrid happened, man. We happen time and time again. As simple as. But before we get to Doris, I gotta read some comments, man. Yeah, starting with the first one, lol back in the chat. I repeat, respect, got niches. I want number 7 by midnight. Well, I don't know about number 7, man. Yes, it's a heavy number, but 20 seems to be his magic trick at this moment in time. I wouldn't want to change anything that is broken, at least at this point, like honestly. Last season, even I was one of those guys, yeah, he should have a better number behind his shirt. But when he is actually playing out of his skin like this, I don't think you should change something that's not broken. Absolutely. Also, Ashik is back. He says, so that was a nice tune match for Madrid derby. Yeah, it seemed like a fucking pre-match, man, honestly. Ashik also says, why do the Scousers bother showing up against us at all? Yeah, facts. I don't know. Maybe they just are lunatics, man, who doesn't get the gist, even after countless times of us humiliating them. They have been walking alone forever. That's one of the chats that Ashik sent in. Fucking insane, man. Like, honestly, no words. Lolo also said, Ashik, I know Perez is your uncle. Tell him to send Hazard to China now. No Hazard talk, and all that stuff tonight, man. Honestly, this team deserves so much flowers. Not gonna lie. Yeah, it's pretty much Hazard. He's eating all the food. Nacho. Yeah, this is a comment probably you should pay attention to, Doris. Lol. He says, Nacho is the greatest sub of all time. Facts. I see, I've been watching football for what? Maybe 14. My bad, sorry?
No, nothing. I'm trying to find that comment.
Lol, where he says Nacho is the greatest sub.
Found it.
Yeah, like I've been watching football for like maybe like 13, 14, 15 years, yeah? And I haven't seen a player that is so low maintenance. That is the key word, low maintenance. Up until this year, Nacho has never made a case for, I need more minutes. I need to look elsewhere. But he's rightfully at a point in his career. Maybe he thinks he's undervalued. He is definitely undervalued. That's for a fact. You know, there is nobody more dependable than Nacho in European football, I think. Because this man can play LB, RB, either CB. He's just too good. Just too good. I can't recall any other player. Maybe James Milner for a couple of years was a shout. He was something similar to Nacho, but Nacho has been doing this at the highest level, time in, time out. You know, like back-to-back seasons, he has been so clutch for us. Like there isn't a match where I think Nacho was below a 7. That's incredible consistency for someone who rarely plays. I just can't make sense of it. Like, if you guys can, please help us out. Ta Saliba is also back. Nice to see you again. And he says, guys, what happened? Why can't we play like this every time? Well, it is the occasion, my friend. Our team, when the Champions League anthem blares, you know, like it is a different kind of a hit, you know. He also says, why do we have to be back to the bones in order to perform? Yeah, circumstances, the greatest, like I forgot, greatest necessity. There was a saying. I just can't recall it at this moment in time. I can't recall anything, you know, at this moment in time. But yeah, Tasaliba also says Nacho is a Real Madrid legend. Every time I see him coming on, I will be like, we fine. Facts, man, facts. Nobody in the room can, you know, like flinch when Nacho comes on. It is assurance, it is leadership, it is seasoned veteran. That's it. At this point, Nacho is a seasoned veteran. But over to Doris, man. Take it away.
What a game, dude. At like 15 or 16 minutes in, I sent you guys a message, just 3 dots. I was speechless. And no, like in the first 4 minutes we conceded, and like fair play, it was a nice goal. Like if it were one of us, we would be celebrating it just as they did. Yeah, for the second goal, I mean, I guess
some people were saying,
a bitch, I guess.
My friends in the chat, they were telling me Anfield's pitch is suspect like this. Like there have been incidents where their own players seem to be not finding, you know, grip on the pitch. So I don't know what has happened, or is this a constant thing? They also said that's why Stevie G slipped, you know. So I was like, okay, maybe all these years Anfield's pitch is just messed up. I don't know.
I don't think that's it. I mean, it happens. It happened. And the best thing that could have happened is then Alisson making a mistake, and it's a thing that I guess we're all doing, is just hoping for someone else to make a mistake too, so that this doesn't look as bad, I guess. But yeah.
But let's be honest, Thibaut's mistake was worse.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. Way worse. But yeah, after Vinicius scored, it was like we were revived, I guess. And finally we started doing something, and for some reason, and I think a lot of us feel that feeling, is when we go down, like that's when we actually start performing. And today I actually felt relieved that they scored in the first few minutes. Like, actually.
Really? Okay.
Honestly, I did
later.
not expect the second goal. I expected us to, you know, just hold the ball and hold it, and you know, have a really long game of just holding the ball and doing basically nothing. But I was completely wrong. That did not happen. I mean, most of the season we've been playing like that, just doing nothing, and then something happened, you know. And a lot of the time, when we go down, like I said, that's when we wake up, and I guess the perfect thing happened tonight, and the perfect team to play against when it happens. I guess they just cursed against us.
Cursed is the word. Yes, I repeat, cursed. But the main point what I want to kind of derive from what Doris just said is that, Doris, you might be looking at hindsight and thinking, well, maybe we needed that kick up our behind to actually, wake up.
We have evidence of that, like almost every match we play. Even if we don't concede, we play better after, like, the team
That's a fair point.
had their
But
first,
But at Anfield, to be behind after 4 minutes, no, I don't
yeah.
think it's as easy as it seems.
It's not that black
Yeah.
and white as I said it, right? That's now obviously what I mean. I mean that we perform better when we're down, and or not even if they score. If we're just down playing,
But
that's basically it.
even, like Sonet, even if
Yeah.
we try to come back for a 2-0 down,
Mm-hmm.
with the perfect lineup for a 2-0 down. Because if you guys remember when we first saw the lineup, this is a very aggressive lineup, with Fede and Rodrigo. We all expect to play with Ceballos and Fede, and not Rodrigo starting. So Rodrigo starting was a huge effort for us.
I wasn't a fan of it. I mentioned it in the chat.
I wasn't either. I wasn't either, because I said, like, there's 180 minutes. We don't need to win this. This. What's the word, Sonny, that I'm looking for?
This tie.
This knockout, this time.
Yeah,
Against Liverpool at Anfield. We need to win it in 180 minutes. What's the reason to put Rodrigo and Fede? But it worked. But it worked because we need to attack. And like Doris said, it seems almost like we need to be hit, and either a goal or so to be away. I have never been at Anfield, but I can imagine the pressure that this kind of stadiums that is like so close to the players.
To the pitch. Yeah.
Yeah, that involves. I know. I can imagine that. Like the first goal was an incredible goal, like Doris said. For me, it's a little bit an error of Militao.
It is a huge error. Let's break it down. Militao, man, come on. You need to be aware
He
who's
needs to
behind you.
cover Darwin. Yeah.
I
But
said it like
the second one
if
is even worse.
Benzema scored that, we would be praising him for for his intelligence.
it's
and
a
all that.
magnificent goal
Let's
for
not
Darwin.
take that away from Darwin.
No, it's an incredible goal for Darwin.
Man
but
said Darwin,
For me, Militao can do better job. The second goal, come on, it's an error. But it's almost poetic that the second goal, the incredible error for Thibaut, it was when Vini scored the second one. Another error for the goalkeeper, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Even if when they make an error, we cannot win. And that's inside the head of Liverpool,
Yeah.
Their goalkeeper making a stupid mistake, and we in the same game, our goalkeeper making a stupid mistake as well. So for them should be probably the end of the game, and most certainly it was, because after the goal of Vini, the second one, Liverpool will struggle. The game was tied, and they were struggling like the past.
It's
10
the meme. It's the meme with the dog and the World War II flashbacks. That's what happened to Liverpool.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah. And they were tied at home, and they wouldn't play
At home, let's not get it twisted. Van Dijk, if you're listening, bro, you should retire. I repeat, bro, you should retire. Because this man was compared to Sergio fucking Ramos. This man was compared to Ramos. This guy was someone put by Rio Ferdinand on BT Sport above people like John Terry as one of the top 5 centre backs in Premier League history. I just can't understand the media driven hype that has been guarding this buffoon for over 3-4 seasons. Because this man doesn't have any right to be in the conversation with these absolute man mountains. When you think of names like John Terry, Sergio Ramos, Pepe, Hierro, Maldini, this guy doesn't even make the index page. You know, when you open the book and there's an index page, he doesn't make the index page. This is the media driven hype. I just can't wrap my head around it, honestly. Because we all watch the same game, right? We all watch the same game. But these men come out the other side thinking, you know what Van Dijk is the best. He is the best, period. Because I hope tonight was another reminder, you know, to all those people that were thinking these men were untouchable. You got touched, man. You got touched. Sorry, Doris.
No, someone just asked who we're talking about. I was just quietly saying Van Dijk.
No, that's sarcasm.
You were on
Doris.
Yeah.
That's sarcasm. He just mentioned, are you talking about Vallejo, you know?
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Van Dijk.
Yeah.
I was talking about Van Dijk.
Well, yeah.
Ashik was just being sarcastic, asking, are you talking about Vallejo?
Oh.
You know?
You
understand?
Over my head,
right.
yeah. Over my
right.
head.
Yeah, completely bamboozled. You know?
Bamboozled.
Ashik did a Winnie on Trent with Doris, but yeah, let's get into some more comments. Tas Saliba, a little earlier, he said, actually, I'm a bit afraid of the second leg since we are winning. Oh, I don't know, man. At this rate, I might just
what
feel
happened against Chelsea. You know, we need to remember that.
But I don't know. These man, waste man. Scousers, Liverpool, finito. That's it. They're done. Done out here, bro. Done at the top level. Done.
I mean,
people like Klopp should be man enough, big enough, a guy with over 2 decades of experience at the top level. He should realize he can't motivate these men. He can't. They don't have enough money to recruit the players they need. Go on, Javier.
They struggle with injury, you know. I mean, for me, was today the day that I questioned if I was a fan of Liverpool, which I'm not.
Really?
What is doing Gakpo in this starting lineup? You know, Gakpo is not a player for Liverpool. He's a rotational player at the best. You know.
Well, that is what they can afford.
This young guy in the midfield.
Yeah.
This Spanish guy.
He is Serbian, actually, but a Spanish citizen, born in Spain.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very tough game to have against.
Let's not pile on an 18-year-old. He was good.
Yeah.
Bajetic was good, in my opinion. You know, he did what he could.
But if you want to talk about, you know, if you guys remember when previous to the World Cup, they were saying like, oh, we should start either Casemiro or Fabinho in the defensive midfield for Brazil. And us, like a Real Madrid fans, like, there's no question. It should be Casemiro. This guy, Fabinho, can somehow make a good game. But it's erratic. You know, the games of Fabinho that have been good.
Fabinho has been finished for a long time. Long time.
Yeah.
Like, he's arguably in the last 18 months the worst midfielder in Europe. That's not even putting it, you know, harshly. It's just facts.
Camavinga was put him in the pocket, and Camavinga basically destroyed their midfield, you know, because Fede was free. And Fede was free because Camavinga did all the job. And Camavinga did all the job and also helped Modric to create, which is his best quality. So for me today, Camavinga and Vini, like two of the most controversial ones, this guy,
Yeah.
this young guy, I say it again, the provocative one, and the other guy that is not so good to be in a Real Madrid shirt, the guy that is not so good to be in a Real Madrid shirt is already a World Cup finalist, a Champions League winner, and they say like he's basically Copa del Rey away to win everything that has to be won in a club level. And he's 19. You know, they can talk about whatever they want. Eduardo Camavinga is the future of Real Madrid. And he's the present of Real Madrid. And I'm so glad that this transition, and we can talk about this later, with Luca and Tony and Fede and either Casemiro and Chouameni, this team basically has the best midfield in the world. And they can even substitute Dani Ceballos today and bring Tony Kroos, and basically it didn't happen against Liverpool at Anfield. This is dumb. This midfield is dumb. It's dumb how good they are.
It is a constant case of repetitive underestimation. That's it. Constant case of repetitive underestimation. Honestly, that is what is happening. Like, surely, if Liverpool actually gave us some respect, they don't play like they did. So open, playing an end-to-end game against us, bro, against the counter-attacking kings of all time, let's say,
But
Liverpool,
Sonny,
yes, go on, Ave.
I'm gonna ask you this because
Yeah.
Liverpool, whether you like it or not, it's a very good team. Like a very historic team. A historic team cannot play defensive at home in a Champions League game. I understand you that they need to respect us, but they need to respect themselves as well. So I think Liverpool need to play this game not because they were.
But this is their biggest downfall, Javier. This is their
Yeah.
biggest downfall because you remember what Carlos said after the final. Liverpool has a way of playing, and that's it. You got to actually evolve. Come on, we could have played like prime Mourinho's Los Blancos, right? But the way we won last year's Champions League, man, nobody fucking cares how you play. Honestly, as long as you win, nobody cares. So at the end of the day, they have pie on their face, honestly, because Klopp has one set philosophy, one set way of playing. That's it, man. You can't be so predictable for like 3-4 years and expect to get away with it. You're not going to, not at the highest level. But yeah, let's just get into some more comments. We have some interesting ones. Love for the love, people in the chat. Thanks for engaging in the conversation. You guys should be making this a two-way street, honestly. Much love for actually engaging in the comments. If you're new here, don't forget to smash the like button and the subscribe button and also the notification bell on so that you know when we go live. But yeah, man, some comments quickly. I'm just trying to scroll through some. Yeah, Tas Aliba says we'll go down in history, especially when all the people are hyping English football, and after Barcelona embarrassed us in La Liga, and also they did pretty well against United. Yeah. It is going to be always a case of bias, man. Clear bias or just pure, just faking to be blind. I don't know. They're just pretending to be blind. They just can't. It's just, yeah, like I read somewhere yesterday actually, the probable theory behind why when we perform or when coming into a game, people don't emphasize on us much. It is because in a tie between two Champions League sides, and Real Madrid is one of those teams, they're expected, they're naturally, no matter what form, what situation they are in, they're naturally expected to be favorites or kind of the pseudo favorites, if I may call it. But when another team does it, it's out of the blue. Imagine if this was Bayern, people would be waxing lyrical, from minute one. But since this is us, it's another day at the office, fam. Another day at the office. But yeah, Ashik in the comments says, um, now that we have pretty much flushed Liverpool down to Mercy River next, yeah, no soap for Liverpool. Dio Sama, good to see you again, my friend. He says, "Hey guys, just joined. What a fantastic win! We are the kings of Europe." Facts, 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 facts. Tasalib also says, "What is Vinicius, by the way? Every hard finishing chance he does it, but if it's an easy one, yes, yeah, it is. It is a weird one, right? It is a age old dilemma with players who doesn't have the natural finishing boots, right? Like when they have too much time to think, they miss. It's just the trade-off, I guess. Diosama also says, "Bro, Van Dijk is so overrated. Has one good season and is considered as a goat." I don't understand. Honestly, I don't understand. Man played his peak years, kind of peak years. Maybe, yeah, the years entering into his prime at Celtic, at Southampton. Come on, guys. Let's just wake up. Yeah, Tasaliba says, "I really didn't know who are you talking about. It was Van Dijk, man, back then." Yeah, yeah. Ashik also says this is the clever one. He says they're changing the Spanish word remontada to real montada. If they don't, then they should. Yeah, I guess. See, I'm not gonna get into all that until the end of the season. Like I was similar last season. I'm gonna have my chest out tonight, but after this, I'll be level-headed again. Just tonight, no rules, no rules. Elamas, he was asking Javier, you agree? Yeah, about the remontada to real montada. Do you agree with Ashik? We should maybe file a petition
Sí, sí.
on change.org. Yeah, Ashik, he definitely agrees. Probably we should file a petition. But yeah, Elamas back in the building. Nice to see you again, man. He says Kings of Europe, a la Madrid. Yeah, Diosam also says Vinny was absolutely superb today. Ashik B also says Liverpool is the biggest winner of Darwin Award this year. Instead of investing in midfield, they invested in him. Yeah, I don't understand their transfer strategy, market strategy. It is just a mess. This is what American honors does to football clubs. Honestly, like you shouldn't be bought out. A club as big as clubs like Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, they bought their way to the top. But Arsenal, Liverpool, if you're being owned by American owners, it's peak. It's peak. Alamas again says, exactly, it was quite naive from Klopp thinking that Liverpool's midfielders could match Real's in terms of work rate. See, the work rate thing is a myth. If it was a bad game, I would be coming on here slating Modric for his work rate. He never has work rate. Yes, he has some basics of work, like of the term work rate, but he's not the guy who's gonna hassle and win the ball back just like that. Yes, he might do it a couple of times, but that is not part of his repertoire, right? Like it isn't something that naturally comes to him. But yeah, they underestimated every aspect of our game plan, man. Honestly, but yeah, we discussed the first goal. Absolute howler, in my opinion, from Militao. Yes, Darwin was intelligent, and also Alaba got skinned down the left, man. I was having anxiety attacks, honestly, watching Alaba and Rudiger trying to defend that left hand side. It was insane. Like not in a bad way, but I don't wish injury upon any of our players or any rival players. Yeah, injuries are part and parcel of the game. But when I saw Alaba was going off, it was a sigh of relief. He shouldn't be playing left back. Like, do you guys agree with me, or am I making something that is, not that grave into a issue?
Yeah,
Guys,
I'll take this one. So yeah, we've talked previously first about Mendy, and his injuries, and basically us having no backup for him. I mean, we played Camavinga there. Like we are, this is Real Madrid, and we cannot field Camavinga at left back and expect a serious season. With that, and if you had to look at it, I guess Ancelotti's decision, like, I mean, I said this was gonna happen, is to play all his best defenders, and those are Rudiger, Militao, Alaba, and Dani Carvajal, and that depends on who you ask. But let's say for Ancelotti, and Nacho is always, second place, it seems like, and we've seen how much Nacho was actually better than Alaba, and we always talk about how Alaba is so much better in the offense, and Nacho is better at defense. They call him like a pessimistic defender, right? But
Yeah.
then you look at Alaba, and I guess he's a very optimistic defender. I mean, he likes to make these runs, which in when we're playing in the league, the games just feel longer, and when it's the Champions League, and especially the knockout rounds, you don't you think about those decisions twice, I guess, and I just feel like he wasn't really thinking today, and for him this position, which is probably one of the hardest positions.
It was a position he used to master when he was 23, 24.
Yeah, and
That
this
was
is
eight years
a
ago.
position, filled
I was
with
still in school,
young.
man. I was still in school then. So, guys, we need to kind of reconsider that whole game plan. Alaba cannot, I repeat, cannot start left back. Honestly, I would rather have Camavinga there, or maybe Nacho there.
No. For me, if you ask me, it wasn't an error for Carlo. I agree with Doris. The best defendant that we can manage to do today was Alaba, Carvajal, Militao, and Rudiger.
I get the circumstances today wasn't ideal.
Yeah, the circumstances. I agree with you. If you ask me from the 2023, 2024, team organization, we cannot rely on anyone. We need, I said it, yeah, Frank Garcia is one. We need at least one other left back. I cannot rely on Mendy anymore because I said it sometimes.
I don't know about that.
For Real Madrid.
I don't know about that. I would never say such things, honestly.
I mean, it's a hard truth, but it's a truth. And the play when Alaba was injured, I don't know if you guys saw that also Militao was struggling, That's the play when he and Carvajal defended another goal, basically, from Darwin Núñez. And I saw Militao on the ground, and I said, oh my God, if this is Militao, this is a done deal. This game is over.
So, yeah, Militao basically like bent down on one knee or something, right? Like he was proposing to someone.
Yeah. And like you said, I would never be glad for a Real Madrid player to get injured, but I was relieved that it was Alaba and not Militao.
Alaba, I mean, Militao was on the floor. Yes, I remember. Like clutching his hamstring, I guess. Or no, his groin. I remember.
Yeah,
I remember.
So next game is gonna be what? We are not in full depth in the defenders department. Who's gonna play the next game against Atletico? Who's gonna play against Barca in the Copa del Rey? Who's gonna play at the Bernabeu against Liverpool? We don't have that many options. You cannot put
But
Bayoko
hopefully
instead
Mendy
of
is back
Mendy.
then, and you'll see the difference when Mendy starts.
But
Bro,
Mendy
trust
is
me.
gonna be, if you ask me if I want to put Mendy to this stress in the most crucial part of the season after not being playing for
Yeah.
like
Like,
two months
I wouldn't
now.
start him, but it makes me so much more confident that he's at least back on the bench. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. I get you. Yeah. Back on the bench,
Let's move
I
on. Let's
would
move on
rather.
from Alaba. We are already 45 minutes in. Yeah, love for the love, people in the chat. Smash the like button if you haven't already. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to us. Let's get into some comments before we move on to the third goal. The all important third goal. Um, Let me just go back a bit. Yeah, Elamas. No. Alama says the legs. It is the legs. You see him running through two Liverpool midfielders for Benz's second goal. 37 years old. Oh my days. Yeah, man. This guy aging like fine wine. Modric, man. Like, he came out in the pre-match and said, like, I don't want to be gifted anything. If I'm getting a new contract, it should be something I deserve. He repeated basically the same thing in the post-match again. This man doesn't get enough flowers, honestly. Like, when he is having a bad day, we suffer. We suffer like hell, honestly. When he's on it, you see the difference this guy brings to the table. Uh, be it dribbling, be it uh, just quickness of mind, man. Like, just that spontaneity in his game is just mind blowing. Honestly, it's not normal for a midfielder to be that nifty. Yeah, Ashik also says, Doris, that was Mariano's hairdo from the bench that intimidated
I'm
Liverpool.
telling you. I'm telling you. It
Was
has
Mariano
to
even
be.
in the squad? Was he in the squad tonight? He wasn't,
I'm
right?
not sure.
I don't think he wasn't. Like, he was injured or something. I don't
Yeah, I
recall.
heard that.
But Saliba, yeah, you're jinxing him big time, Doris. Like, you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Oh,
Saliba says,
Mariano.
yeah.
Well, if he's jinxing us like this, as Ashik is saying, I'm all for it, man. And his hairdo.
Saliba says, I just watched Wonder Woman. There was a story that Suned Blanco is dyslexic. Is it true? Um, I don't understand what you're trying to say, man. No, I don't have dyslexia. I'm fine. I'm fine. Diosama says, the first thing I see when I open the TV is that Nunes goal. Yeah, it was peak. It was peak, man, honestly. Elamas again says, mind you, Alaba just came back from an injury. He still is rusty, but Mendy, when fit, is Real's first choice at left back. It should be. It should be. There should be no conversation. Yes, when he's playing poorly, we can put that under the spotlight, but we have seen time and time again in big games, Mendy is irreplaceable, honestly. Um, Not taking anything away from Nacho's quality performance. Yes, Nacho, man, he doesn't let you down. He's like that one person that you can rely on forever and ever. Tas Saleba says, to be honest, guys, as much as this tie ended, I don't think it's over. Yeah, uh, it ain't over. Tasaliba. Also, I don't think you should be asking such things, man. Honestly, come on, grow up, grow up. But yeah, man, let's move on to the third goal. 2-2 at halftime, right? 15 minutes, we were 2-0 down, and by the 36th minute, we were 2-2. That's just insane. That's just insane for even a team that requires no superlatives, like us, like even for us, like it was so satisfying. I just couldn't believe my eyes. Like, honestly, I was screaming so loud that people from the other apartment, they had to actually come and check up on us, so I was going loco, even at 2-2, because even at 2-2 I knew if we can make it 2-2, we are just hammering them. If we can get it to 2-2 at 36 minutes, I can see these men crumbling. And I saw just that, time and time again, these men just shit their pants, man. Like, I don't understand. Honestly, it is just a fucking joke. We can't take Liverpool seriously anymore. Honestly, like I don't think I'll be this nervous next time we play them. If it is the trend that is going on, winless in 6 games. This is the seventh game. Winless for 7 games, man. A team that has like 6 Champions Leagues. Gijan pressing machine, toe to toe with City. Quadruple push like 7, 8 months ago, losing one player, Sadio Mane gone, and that's it. All the hype for Salah, poster boy, 350k contract. Well,
I
well, well.
I was reading today, Sonny, that we've been facing Liverpool more recently than ever, right?
Yeah.
But in the previous, I don't know, I think it was the 5 games against Liverpool, they beat us, especially in the 81 Champions League final.
81
right?
Champions League final and the 2009 tie.
After that,
Torres.
after 2009,
Yeah.
we all beat them.
There's no conversation. There is no conversation after 2009. No conversation.
So,
I still remember the Ronaldo finish, James assist. Insane at
Yeah.
Anfield.
I mean, I'm gonna
Yeah.
try my best to not think that this is over, because
This is not over. Obviously. We can't ever say that. This is football,
But-
crazier stuff has happened.
Yeah, but not with this team against this Liverpool. If it was I don't know, a Bayern or PSG or City,
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
think, oh, this is even Napoli. Napoli, I would be like, this is not over. But after the second goal of Vinicius, I get why this Liverpool is like what 12th in the Premier League. I mean,
I don't know. Ninth. I don't think they're 12th. They're 9th or 8th because they won 2 on the bounce this last week.
So, but they're not even in the Conference League positions.
Yeah.
So this Liverpool has been struggled. And today I saw, I have some stats for later, but this is the first time in history that any team has scored 4+ goals against Liverpool at Anfield in Europe, ever.
Yeah. I read that too. It's mad. It's mad. It is what this team does to you, man. Honestly, it is what this team does to you. I can't imagine how Liverpool fans, even the most level-headed Liverpool fans, were saying, "Oh, you know what? They weren't cocky, but it was slightly cocky-ish, considering their dire circumstances this season. Where they are nowhere near the top 4. They have been having some shocking results against teams like Brighton, Brentford. It's mad. It's mad. Like even after all that, they said, "You know what? We have a chance. I think we are well and truly back." That's what I heard from Liverpool fans after beating Everton, who's like, I don't know, are they 17th, 18th? And then they bet Newcastle. Fair enough. They have been okay this season. But Newcastle's goalkeeper, Nick Pope, basically handed them the win. I don't think 2-0 up with 11 men, Newcastle go and lose on a whimper. It is because Nick Pope made a terrible error. Anyway, these guys won't ever learn, man. But let's just move on to the third goal. When I saw Vinicius winning that foul, I was praying, please be a pen, please be over the line. But thankfully, Modric does the job, man. On a plate. Doris, take it away.
Yeah, it sort of seemed like it was pre-planned, or at least that they practiced, shots like that, and it wouldn't be a surprise that they did. And for Militao, I guess he was just expecting it. It was a bullet header, like a really, really nice goal, and yeah. It was set up pretty well. I don't know for the foul on Vinicius. I didn't see the replay. What exactly happened? I guess was it Van Dijk that touched
No,
him or
Joe
something?
Gomez.
Oh, Gomez, yeah. So yeah, for the foul, I didn't see it live, so yeah, uh, I cannot comment on that. But for the free kick and for the set piece, all in all, like it was really nice, and it's something that we don't really get to see that often.
We pray for days like this, man. We
Yeah,
pray for
like
days like this.
very rarely do we actually score from a corner or from a set piece. It's if we do, it's probably gonna be from playing it short or something like that. But
Or
very
it would
rarely
be
from
Karim Benzema, like if it's from a set piece.
yeah.
Big
But
up
even that,
Militao.
very rarely. Those crosses
These
usually
last two
go
seasons,
somewhere.
yes,
Yeah, like
I
rockets
get
and
what you
stuff.
mean.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
Eder
it's
Militao,
it's either Rudiger winning it and not scoring a goal because he always won the ball, but so rarely.
but
I
never
mean,
scores.
I,
Yeah.
I think I think he only scores from a corner against Shakhtar. If you guys remember the game when he basically destroys his face.
wasn't Shakhtar, it was Leipzig at home.
Leipzig, sorry.
Leipzig.
Yeah,
I mean,
but let's look at Eder Militao's stats, man. One goal, one clearance of the line. 7 ball retrievals, 4 interceptions, 100%. I repeat, 100% tackles won. This man is a machine.
Man
Honestly,
of the
I just
match
have.
for me, and the goal,
Honestly,
and the goal clearance just cherry on top. Like I don't think it. I don't remember really when exactly that clearance was between which goal, but
was 2-1.
2-1, yeah. So yeah, we didn't need that basically, and if they scored, we wouldn't have a game that we did today, and it would look completely different. And yeah, that was a game deciding moment, and it went fully our way, thankfully. That took some luck there, and obviously some skill and some determination, because
some balls too. Let's not
right,
get it
yeah.
twisted.
Militao right after that was of course on the floor in pain, but he got up, yeah, and later scored.
He
I
is a
mean, come
monster.
on.
The amount of times that I've seen Militao limping, thinking that he can't continue anymore, walking to the touchline and then looking back, oh my God, who's going to be my replacement? There is nobody. I should be playing. He just
Yeah.
comes back and does the job. He is so reliable. I just can't stress this enough. So reliable even when he's half fit. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, those years with Varane and Ramos has helped him so much. This guy is so composed. So composed. But
But if you remember, Sonny,
yeah.
sorry, if you remember when he first came to, it's like, oh, he's not in the level of like you said, Varane and Ramos. But if you remember that season when Ramos get injured and Varane gets injured,
Yeah.
and we saw Militao partnership with Nacho,
Yeah.
I think they, statistically speaking, was the best defense in a long time. They don't receive any goals. And today, like you said, oh, if Van Dijk has ever done a performance like Militao today, they will give him already the Ballon d'Or. But like you said, it's Militao and it's in a Real Madrid shirt. This performance today is gonna go under the rock because, I mean, Tori said for her is the man of the match. For me, it's Bini, but I get it. I get what Militao deserves a praise because if Bini for me today is like a 9.9, Militao is a 9.7 or 8. This is a performance of a lifetime for a defender. So I get it. This man is absolutely impressive. He is a dominant. He's overconfident. He's strong. He's fast. He's quick. I don't know if you guys saw this play in the second half. He recovers the ball in the 3/4 of Liverpool and sent the pass to Benzema, like a very good assist. I mean, Benzema,
We
a
should have
younger
scored then.
yeah, a younger Benzema or Rodrigo or Vini will score for that position. You know, a faster player or even Fede. But this is a defender like the comments say like, oh, if they allow to Rudiger to be the first touch, Real Madrid is gonna be in trouble. But if they allow Militao to do that, he's gonna destroy you because Militao is so good with the ball, as with the head, as with the position, as with everything. Militao is the best defender in Real Madrid, absolutely hands down. But it's probably, in my opinion, at this moment, one of the best defenders in the world, if not the best. You know, I would put it in some conversation against Upamecano or something like that, because they
The only man who can talk to him is, like I said, I have said it countless times. That's Araujo. That's it. There's nobody else. Absolutely nobody else. But let's get into some of the comments quickly. I'm just gonna go back a bit. Elama says Liverpool fans were banking on that so-called Champions League Anfield nights. Yeah, that's always the hype. It's the hype that BT Sport, uses uses to sell their subscription, packages. Man, they got to make money. Honestly, the only thing banging was 5 goals, a historic record at Anfield, by the way. Facts. Philip Santiago. Good to have you on the stream, my friend. He says, thanks for the stream, Ala Madrid. Yeah, if you're new here, man, smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And also, tell a friend to tell a friend, share the thing so that, like we can hit the target that we have for the season. That's 1K. Hopefully we get it before the season is done. Elama says, Rodrigo had a massive chance not that long after that. Yes. Rodrigo should have been a little more composed, but man,
another cross for Vini. Another great play by Vini.
But that chance, I remember Trent kind of had a last-ditch tackle, which made it kind of difficult for Rodrigo.
No, it wasn't Trent. It was Robertson.
Oh, Robertson. My bad. Robertson. Sorry. Elema says, talk about it. I'm not sure what you want us to talk about. Tasiliva says, bye guys. Yeah, see you in a bit, Tas. I hope you're being sarcastic. I don't know why the night pod is being, harsh on you. But yeah, man, Danielson Emmanuel in the building. He says, Ala Madrid, guys. Ala Madrid, man. Hope you enjoyed, the historic night, another historic night for Los Blancos. And if you're new, don't forget to smash the like and the subscribe button. Diosama says, prediction for the second leg. I say it would end in 2-1. Well, 2-1 is okay, but I would want a hammering, honestly. Like, yes, we can rest and rotate players, but I would like to see us score like 2+ goals. That would be, really good. But quickly on to the 4th goal, which I completely cannot recall how it came about. If someone can help me out. All I know is that Benzema's shot took a deflection of, I don't know if it was Gomez. But yeah, that goal kind of sealed the match, or maybe the tie even.
Yeah. It was like impossible offside for Rodrigo. He came to the corner against Robertson, recovered by Liverpool, but brilliantly recovered immediately in the 2 quarters of Liverpool's pitch by Carvajal. Carvajal gives the ball to Rodrigo that crosses just outside the box to Benzema, and Benzema moves to the penalty kick the ball, and was a deflection by Joe Gomez once again. And they give the goal to Benzema, but I think he was like on the line to be an own goal for Joe Gomez or a goal for Benzema. The Champions League give the goal to Benzema. So he's like, I don't know, like minus 10 goals to become the second goal scorer in the history of Real Madrid. This is done. I mean, it's Ronaldo, Raúl, and then Benzema.
Yeah.
Since Benzema left.
Uh, yeah, Benzema has just been, I don't know, playing out of his skin, man. That is the term, honestly. I don't, I would never expect Benzema to play like last season. That is unrealistic. That is unprecedented. I hope he proves me wrong again. I just don't see him playing like last season. But if he does that again this season, oh my god, I just wouldn't be able to process it. And let's get it straight. Like he won the Ballon d'Or, so he knows that motivation is gone. Even if he does something incredible, Messi's gonna back it. As simple as so. No Ballon d'Or this season, but if he does something similar to last season and brings back at least the Champions League home, my oh my, he would go down in the upper echelons of history in football, man. That's it. Like people who bring up this conversation of Suarez, that's it. It's done and dusted. Yeah, and big up Rodrigo. I think Rodrigo had the assist for that goal, right? For the fourth goal, if I'm not mistaken, for Benzema.
I wouldn't. Yeah, for sure it was the last pass before.
But yeah. But it's
assist,
the
I don't consider
is the
that assist. An assist that what Vini does to Benzema in the last goal, that's an assist for me. But I don't run the statistics, so
fair point. I just gotta bring my Rodrigo bias into the table, onto the table. But Rodrigo, for me, it's just his determination to go again and again. Just get up and go again. Like I just love that fact about the kid, man. Honestly, but yeah,
and he saves a score for Darwin, a header, if you remember in the first time. It was a clear. If it wasn't for Rodrigo, Darwin would score. In the first half. So yeah, I get it.
I remember Rodrigo was very deep trying to cover spaces and stuff, man. These guys know what they're gonna deal with, like seasoned character. That's just it. That's just it. But let's just quickly get into the comments before we move on to the fifth goal, that basically ended them. Diosama says, we hammered them already, Suned. I think it's enough. Well, I guess maybe I'm just being, unrealistic, my expectations, like I just love to see these men seethe, man. Like it is just so satisfying, honestly. It's basically because of my, childhood days where I had to actually deal with, Premier League fans. It was scarring. Danielson Emmanuel says, always feels good to witness another Madrid masterclass, guys. Happily, I would keep praying for days like this, man. Honestly, the way the season kind of went deep, like season kind of derailed post World Cup. I was expecting the worst, and then the first two goals go in. I was like, yeah, of course. But our team showed tremendous character again. Danielson also says Vinny Jr. is suddenly maturing into that world-class player I've always tipped him to become, guys. Facts. Not many people believed in him. I wasn't one of the people who believed in him. I thought, yes, he would be an excellent dribbler, someone who can progress play, someone who can skin defenders, but I never believed in his finishing. But he put that record straight. He fixed it. He worked on it. He came out on the other side a much more refined finisher. Elama says 18 consecutive goals scored in the Champions League from Benzema, and I heard whispers from haters that he is a one-season wonder. That's the thing, man. That's the thing. They like. It's not even now. Like back in the day, I think it was right after La Decima. I had to answer to so many people, rival fans, when they were asking me, what does Benzema bring to the table? It's all Bale, Cristiano. Like our eyes don't lie. He doesn't score goals. Yes, he's a good link-up player, but it's kind of a luxury. It's kind of a luxury striker that you guys are having. All that I had in response to that was You look at Real Madrid. Karim Benzema joined at a period where we had Klaasie and Huntelaar. Raul was around at some capacity. There was Higuain, who was no slouch for scoring goals. He essentially won us the 2007 La Liga title. He was insane that season, along with, I think, Ruud. But you see how many guys this enigma that is Karim Benzema has outlived. It is for a reason. If the club basically ships out every other forward that was in competition with Benzema, we used to have this joke always back in the day. It's either he's just untouchable and we don't clearly see what he actually brings to the table, or he has, Perez's nudes. We got to know 10 years later that, it is the former. He is just that fucking good, Danielson says the hype is always on English football, but we all know that the best football is being played in the La Liga, guys. I don't know about that.
That's a
Yeah.
statement.
I don't know about that, honestly. I don't watch enough La Liga myself. I try to watch more La Liga, but this season, I don't know. My appetite hasn't been whetted enough by La Liga. Let's just say that. Hopefully, the league has come a long way. I'll tell you that the league has come a long way since like mid 2010s. Now it's so much more stronger. But the football some of the teams play to get a point against the big sides, man, it's atrocious. Dia Sama says at LMS, wasn't it 18 goals against English clubs? I'm not sure about that. Guys, you need to inform us as well, because 18 consecutive seasons scoring in the Champions League. Okay. 18 consecutive seasons scoring in the Champions League, which is an insane record, honestly, insane record. Even during his Lyon days, like Leon days, like if you actually go back and watch the highlights, man used to skin people like Rio Ferdinand, at Old Trafford. He has always been the guy that used to turn up for the big occasion. Man has it in his blood. Danielson also says Benzema was always unselfish. Man always play for Ronaldo, in my opinion. Yeah, facts. Richo63 is in the chat. He says, Agent Carlo loved it. You destroying Liverpool. Hope you're a rival fan, man. Yeah, man. Say no more. We do as much as we can to help. Honestly, the Scousers needs to, get humbled. If they weren't already, they weren't that humble, but we just made it.
Everton fan.
Yeah, he's an Everton fan. Okay,
Yeah.
fair. Nice. It's good to have a more historic club than Liverpool. Actually representing. But yeah, man, smash the like if you haven't
I
already.
hope-
And so,
I hope, Sonet, that today the blue part of Liverpool is gonna shoot the fire.
blue part of Liverpool is absolutely going loco, man. At this point,
I mean,
I hope they are.
I hope their guys are putting the fireworks tonight, like the Liverpool, the Red Party did yesterday, to scare our players. This is the, I mean, it's a tactic, but it makes them look like a small team. This is the
Yeah.
small team trying to win a big team, like putting the fireworks or music outside the hotel room. Like, this is gonna struggle.
But every section of the fan base, like every team's fan base basically does it. Like it's not something new, honestly, right? Like
Yeah,
you
and it's bound to
can't
happen.
say it's a new thing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, let's get into the fifth goal, the final nail in the coffin, and in my opinion was one of the best goals of the night from either side. Modric, man, dribbling past
Luka Modric
3-4.
is what, 37, Doris?
17, I think.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. He's about to sign his pro contract. I'm sure. After
He's
this,
like a Tia player, right?
after this, yeah, they have to promote him.
I mean, it
Yeah.
was against this guy like the Liverpool youngest, and he basically beat him physically.
Mm, mm.
You know,
Eh,
if we all know that Modric can destroy anyone with the ball on his feet, but he did it uh, in a run in a
Mm.
70 something minute. This guy is dumb. But once again, what Modric brings to the table
you
is in
know,
another level.
what this was, that goal was actually very similar to a goal against PSG. Modric
When he recovers the ball from Messi.
running. No, 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 no. When he ran through the midfield with like seven of them following him, you know,
I
passing
remember.
to Vinicius, and this was like a replica of that moment. Except
Yeah,
this time,
true.
Vinicius, you know, went straight to Benzema and not to Modric, which you know, then Modric did what he did. Yeah,
And
but
Benzema's composure for the goal,
yeah,
insane, insane,
yeah.
hands down, hands down. You know, best striker on the
We've
planet,
had
man.
a
Honestly.
we've had a few scares for goals like those lately, or us not scoring those. I feel like we can all remember quite a few in the recent times. Us trying to, you know, get around the goalkeeper and it not working out. And finally, it was such a sweet goal. It was a really nice goal, and probably, you know, I would say the best goal of the night from us at least. You know, or, yeah.
Yeah, Rico in the chat says, Modric, what a player at 37, man. Honestly, I hope you guys educate the English anthem. Honestly, it's high time you guys take lessons for these kids to watch and learn from the maestro, because there is nobody better. When he's on his game, there's nobody better, hands down. Um, Rico also in the some comments, he said earlier, hard fireworks, which didn't help them either. Facts, man, facts. It's just petty business at the end of the day. Danielson again in the comments, he says, but guys, I think you all need to talk about Napoli, because I'm beginning to get scared by this team, most especially that duo of Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia. I'll tell you, Napoli is a worry. Napoli is a worry. I think if we progress deep into this competition, we would have to face them unless something drastic happens and they get knocked out by some team. Napoli are a force to be reckoned with. They remind me of Liverpool at their peak, where they are relentless, move the ball quick, have very electric, quick-minded, you know, brilliant wingers in Kvaratskhelia and I forgot who was. Yeah, Lozano used to play down the right sometimes.
Today was Lozano.
Lozano, right? Yeah. And Osimhen is in the form of his life. Like when I say Benzema is the best striker in the world, I need to think again, because Osimhen has been balling. I'm not gonna lie. LMS also says the Premier League is fast food. Yeah, at this point, it's fast food, man. It's too fatty. Let's just say it's so satisfying that, you know, like I need to hit the gym at this rate. Just like McDonald's, quick and tasty, but doesn't leave you full. Okay, I get you. I get you. La Liga, on the other hand, is a delicious steak dinner. Take your time and enjoy. Well, a good analogy, I guess. But yeah, 5 goals wrapped up in a spliff. You know, these guys, I hope, you know, at least they learn now. Steven Gerrard had high praise for Camavinga. He said Camavinga played a natural, a mature game, you know, and a very experienced player. He looked like a very experienced player. He said that, you know, someone of Steven Gerrard's stature, for him to compliment Camavinga in the way he did, it goes to show, you know, like how these young kids, if given the right coaching, if instilled with the right winning mentality, things can turn up very well, man. Like if Kamavinga didn't choose us, or maybe went to, you know, the hype clubs, you know, somewhere, you know, uh, it wouldn't have been exactly the same scenario, because last year nobody pretty much believed what he could offer, like for the first team. But you know, we got proven wrong time and time again by this kid, man.
But like I said earlier, Sujat,
Yeah, yeah,
if you're a young talented player, and I'm
mm,
talking in the same regard of Camavinga as I'm
yeah,
gonna do next about Bellingham.
mm,
If you are a young talented midfield and everyone in the world wants you, would you rather be as a teacher, a Ballon d'Or like Luka Modric, and a
mm,
World Cup winner like Toni Kroos,
mm,
and this the best defensive midfield in the last 10 years as Casemiro, he
mm,
chose he chose football prior to
mm,
money.
mm.
And this season,
Yeah.
Tchouaméni did the same. And he's learning from the same guys as he develops his game. So if you ask me, uh, I'm sure Bellingham watches today's game, and he said like, who better to teach me how to improve that,
It
you
is
know?
just not about the players also, Javier. It is the best environment. At
Yeah,
Liverpool, it is a better culture than say many other Premier League clubs, like maybe like something not as toxic as Chelsea and stuff like that. But when Bellingham sees tonight's game, like what you said, I hope he wakes up and realizes, yes, Liverpool would be the much better move for him as a PR, footballer. But in terms of achieving great things, in terms of maintaining that upward trajectory in his career, he should choose the white shirt. It is as simple as
yeah,
it. If he
yeah.
doesn't,
You
he's
said
going to
it.
regret it. If he doesn't, he's going to regret it because you never know when Klopp is going to go and FSG is going to sell and who's going to come in. What is going to be the situation of Liverpool? We never know. Maybe Everton fans can pray for that, and we can pray for that as well, man. Just honestly, these guys needs to be in the mud. But yeah, Henderson scored. Uh, the stuff a captain, the stuff a captain comes and says in the post-match press conference speaks volumes. Honestly, speaks volumes. Yes, they lost 5-2, but there is still 90 minutes left to go, right? But the 90 minutes is at the Bernabeu where it's historically been difficult for visiting teams. But there's still 90 minutes left to go. If you're a captain, you don't surely come and say stuff like, it is difficult to speak. I find it difficult to explain. You should have enough in you to explain. If you have been, flaunting that armband for years. I've never seen any professional football player fidget with their armband as much as, Henderson. Like I don't understand. The amount of times I see him, fixing it, setting it straight. It's almost like, oh, you know what? Like I don't think I should be captain, but people should be seeing that I'm wearing the armband. It's almost like it. Because this is not the words of a leader. You don't come out in the post match and say, I find it difficult to speak. Honestly, these men are done, binned. Honestly, binned, man. It's high time these guys are just out of the picture. Usually when a new season started, it's always Klopp's Red Army. Pep's City, strong title contenders to win the Champions League. When European royalty sitting there right next to them without a fuss. We don't claim to be, front runners for the Champions League every season. We say one game at a time or one knockout tie at a time. That's it. We move like that. Why can't these men mature up and actually realize what it takes to win? It's not loud mouths that win you games. It is just pure character and belief, self-belief. Honestly. Some more comments. Danielson, he says the boy was really on fire on the night. Not gonna lie, I guess he's talking about Kamavinga. Facts. Kamavinga was insane, man. I'll tell you. In the first 15 minutes, when the whole team was playing bad and the midfield was kind of iffy, he had a few blunders. Right, he lost the ball in a dangerous position. I was like, oh my god, this is peak. Maybe he shouldn't have started. This is too big of a step for him already. But like the crest he represents, like the jersey he sports so elegantly, he grew into the game, man. He grew into the game. I don't know what kind of voodoo we do in the middle of the pitch that these guys, just by passing it around, just by playing quick little 1-2s, they managed to gather up enough momentum to turn the tide. We have seen that so many times, right, Doris? Like, can you just explain how can you actually kind of make sense of it? Because we have seen time and time again us looking terrified for a bit, but then growing in confidence again. Just happens.
Well, that's what I was saying before. Like, that wasn't me being actually happy that they scored. It was me, just foreseeing the future, I guess, because it happens every
Oh, okay.
time, dude. It
Okay,
happens
okay.
every time, and yeah. How many times just this season have teams scored very early on us? just
Yeah.
just this season, and
Yeah.
i I think it speaks volume, and especially like our last season was probably the biggest showing of us, waking up after we're down. But
Mm.
this season we've been up and down, that is true. But most of the time we still play our own way, and sometimes we try to start strong and do all that, but it doesn't really happen all the time, and
Mm.
today I guess we tried to see how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
We got unlucky. They scored in the first 4 minutes, and even after that we woke up, and it wasn't good. It was panicking, but we knew, something has to happen. And in the next 5 to 10 minutes, while we were figuring that out,
Mm-hmm.
they scored
Yeah.
another one. It was Thibaut. It wasn't, on purpose or anything like that, but still a goal is a goal, and
Any other team, their heads drop. Their heads definitely drop. They just look
yeah,
around thinking,
yeah,
who should I blame next?
exactly,
Who should I blame next?
and
If you if you
you cannot play
if you
any
run a pool,
worse than
guys,
you already did. You can only go up
yeah,
from there, honestly. Like, and the way
And
we started, like,
I'm not
come on,
joking.
bro.
I'm not joking. The look on their eyes told me something when they went 2-0 up. Bro, they were over the moon. They thought, yes, Everton 2-0 easy, Newcastle 2-0 easy, Real Madrid 2-0 easy. Oh, we are
but
back. We are back.
I I I I have to disagree with Doris. If you not the mentality of Real Madrid is if you are beating two down, there's no way but up. But it's not the mentality of the rest of the teams. If you
Mm.
ask anyone in the world that today was 2-0, yeah, in the first 15 minutes, and you said like, oh, the game ends with 5-2, they will almost everyone will say like, oh, Liverpool score five and Real Madrid score in the injury time two goals.
Yeah,
You
Mm.
definitely.
know, there's no way that most teams of any team in the history, like we said earlier, this is the first time in the history
Oh, no, no,
I
in
no.
just can't.
Anfield.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, us getting back to us, playing finally like some good football is completely different subject to us scoring 5 goals. Like, we don't do that often, and
Mm.
I
We
feel
used to in the
like those
past.
two are not really connected in what I'm trying to say right now,
No, I get you. I get you. The thing that is, my point is, any other team that could play somehow good, but the only team in the world that I can think of, like, I can be two down in 15 minutes at Anfield, and you're still thinking they can they can make a remontada, is Real Madrid.
Mm. There's
That's
Definitely,
no
my
other
point.
team. There's no other
definitely,
team.
yeah,
No other team.
Yeah,
No other team.
other
No
team
other
like
team.
I don't know
definitely.
in the league in the Premier League, Man City can beat Liverpool being two down, probably. Man United probably. Everton because it's a derby. But if you ask any team in the world, the only one that I can come up to is like you cannot. And like Sonny said, their faces in the two down, they were funny. Like you don't watch any of the history of this team because it's not basically last season. Last season was the perfect remontadas history. But this team thrives on remontadas from the beginning. I mean, I think they're the only team in the world that, like you said, perfectly, you said, like, basically we need to be beaten down to wake up. But the other teams tend to be confident. And this is funny to me, like 122 years of history, and they still think that we're gonna be, hands down and defeated in the pitch. We're never being defeated in the pitch. We can be
It's insane,
defeated.
honestly. It is just humans will never learn, man. They just can't, or they just can't say it out loud for the pure fear factor. Honestly, they just can't say it out loud. They just think that saying it out loud means that they have already thrown in the towel, already said we are out, But this picture, it speaks a thousand words, man. 14 minutes on the clock, Liverpool 2-0 up. 66 minutes 15 seconds, 5-2. Benzema is running over to celebrate. I it is just difficult for me. I can't, even I can't pull off such a great comeback on FIFA, man. And I'm not slouch of a player, you know. I can't come back from 2-0 down in such a high pressure situation in a game. These men do it so effortlessly. It's just insane. Um, let us just read some comments quickly. Um, Danielson also says, I see that Bellingham guy picking Liverpool over us because most of the English talents lack ambition. Well, you could say that, but I don't know. I see something different in Bellingham. I see a fire in his eyes that I don't see in every other English um, prodigy. Let's just call it, call a spade a spade. He is a prodigy, and for him, moving to Bundesliga and moving to a place like Dortmund where there are clear expectations, but it is a big club and whatnot, but still to step out of his comfort zone and go there, it speaks volumes. I think he's ready for bigger things than Liverpool, man. Honestly, he shouldn't settle for Liverpool. If he's settling for Liverpool, it is just another English driven agenda. That is just what it is going to be, honestly. It is not going to improve his career. It might keep him at his same trajectory, but moving to us, it skyrockets it. But yeah, man, 15 out of you in the chat, man. Smash the like button if you haven't already. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification icon. We are also on Anchor. We just surpassed over 16.5Ks over there. So if you want to listen to us on the go, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, you name it, we are everywhere. Also show some love to our Instagram and Twitter. Link is in the description below. Also, Dia Sama says Bellingham should sign for us. Liverpool's form is ending. Yeah, man, Liverpool is looking peak. We don't know where they're gonna go from here. Danielson says, not gonna lie, I'm really worried on how cheap we have been leaking goals this season. It is so pathetic and terrible in my opinion. Bro, the only thing that I'm going to tell you is that, yes, you're going to have this constant feeling, even if we win something big this season, all throughout, like you're going to be having that feeling, oh, yeah, that goal could have been avoided. Or we could have been a bit more composed in defending that situation. But it's always been the case, man. Our defenders are usually hung out to dry. Also, our goalkeeper, they get very little cover. A man who covered them for ages was Casemiro. Chouameni was out tonight. Hopefully when he comes back, it tightens the situation. But he's no Casemiro. He is no Casemiro. Like we can't muster those same expectations on a young kid like Chouameni. It is going to take time. It is going to take time. As long as we outscore the opposition and see out games like we did tonight, where the fucking away crowd was olaying, I couldn't fucking believe it, man. Like the atmosphere in Anfield, the crowd in Anfield looked stunned. People were leaving by the 75th minute. It's man, honestly, a club of Liverpool stature. It's insane. It's insane. Um, but yeah, man. A few more comments before we kind of wrap this up. Danielson says, "Not gonna lie." Oh, I read that already. Diosama says, "Yeah, our defense is very weak this season. We need to improve that if we want to win the league and reach deeper rounds in the Champions League. Facts. We need to sharpen our defending, man. It's always been the case." Danielson says, "Yesterday is gone. We now have to switch our focus on the derby game at the weekend. Yeah, it's gonna be a big one, man. Massive derby. It is gonna be peak against Atleti. We have a few players missing as well. I hope Rodrigo is fine. He was feeling out his hamstring as well. I hope everything is fine with Justin Nagel. We need these guys, fit ASAP. We already have a few guys, waiting to come back. So we need him. Oh, I just read Vinicius was the official man of the match. Much deserved, bro. Club top scorer. Like, I don't know. This man has been carrying us. Like we have been all here slating him for some of his decision making and his lack of maturity. But when he's playing like this, I don't know. I don't know how you can, disregard anything this man does. He is just brilliant, brilliant.
And Liverpool is his favorite.
Yeah. He has scored every time he had faced them.
I think he's already have 5 goals against them.
I remember. I like now that I look back, that goal in behind the closed doors, in the quarterfinal, was it? That goal kinda was
The Toni
a
Kroos
turning.
pass.
Yeah, was a turning point in his career. I feel like that goal against a big team. Yes, Liverpool was a depleted side. Yes, Liverpool had, like people like Oz and Kabak at centre back, but he had to get the job done. He did then, and I think this is kind of the Vinicius that we all prayed for. Honestly, this is more than anything we dreamed of when he was kind of breaking through. Uh, Yeah. Okay. This is something incredible. Okay, so Real Madrid's fans applauded Liverpool's fans at the end and chanted "Liverpool, Liverpool" as a sign of respect. Well, there you go.
I mean, they
There you go.
probably have to do with the homage to Amancio. That
Yeah, Amancio. Yeah. Big up them, man. Honestly, was a nice touch. Massive legend. One of the greatest wingers in European history. Sad loss for the footballing
and also
world.
he was the manager of the Castilla
Yeah.
that bring the Quinta del Buitre. I have never watched Amancio, but I obviously watched the Quinta del Buitre in videos. So
Me too. Yeah, it was insane. If not for Bayern, or was it AC Milan? If not for either of them, like we would have won at least a couple more Champions Leagues with the Vultures, man. Honestly, they were insane.
Yeah.
At least the clips that I've seen, Hugo Sanchez, Butragueno, Amavisca, insane squad. Rudiger says we did not start good, bro. Rudiger was a joke again, for
and he was
some.
and he almost scored a banger from the outside.
Oh yeah, that shot was just wide. I remember. Yeah, let's just quickly go through some post-match comments from Carlo. He said, "When we were 2-0 down, I was thinking about the comeback was a City, man. He is surely lying. Honestly, he's surely lying. You can't be that cool. Come on. I don't know if he's eating, like gum induced with like weed or something. Like honestly, like how can you be so confident that you think about the comeback against City? Maybe he knew that Liverpool's good momentum can't be sustained. Like he must have seen enough evidence, in Liverpool's season to kind of have that mindset. But it's incredible. This this man
Or
is no
he has the
ordinary coach.
same, or he has the same ability as Doris and predicts the future.
Yeah. Like
Exactly.
Doris, if you're listening,
Yeah, I'm listening.
we need you to actually tell us where you got that magical crystal ball from, because we would actually use it. It's high time, because you seem to
It's an
predict
old
or foresee stuff.
family secret. I cannot tell you.
It's handed down by your
A
ancestors,
traditional,
I presume.
family secret, yeah.
Fair enough. I guess Croatia is much more weirder than I thought, but let's just move on to the
It
next
is.
comment. He said, Ancelotti says, halftime team talk. No, they knew what to do. We did not talk. that's he's just taking the piss at this
No,
moment in time.
that I believed it. That I believed it.
Fair enough. I find all this ludicrous, man. Honestly,
Imagine,
how can
the talk. Like you're
Yeah.
Ancelotti, just lift your eyebrow and then go all in.
it's insane, yeah. Like it's insane. Like a couple of good hair, like on your eyebrow can do the magic. I should probably use my eyebrows better, man. This is peak, honestly. But this man, Carlo, is I think only behind Fergie for the most games in the Champions League, like only 4 behind or something. He has won 2 Champions League as a player. If you guys haven't, I've said this many times, watch the banger he scored against us playing for Milan in the 1989 European Cup knockout stage. I think it was a semi-final or something. But yeah, man, so much experience that nothing phases him. Let's just read some comments. Elama says, "Oh, the ole 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 was great. Really enjoyed that. Facts, man. Honestly, I music to my ears. Like I just couldn't fathom how hurt Liverpool's fans would have been feeling, because coming into this game they were in better spirits than the beginning of the season. Let's not get it twisted. They won against Everton. They won against Newcastle. They were in a good place, but we set it on fire. But yeah, man. Diosama says Carlo just needs his eyebrow and Lord Vasquez and he'll beat any team. Yeah, Lord Vasquez was back in the squad. The signs were there. I tell you, the early signs, they were there. Danielson also says, whatever Modric does these days does not really surprise me. Man is just too good of a baller, guys. Yes, facts. When it is kind of a low stakes game against lower tier opposition, he can go missing. Not gonna lie. I've seen enough evidence this season, especially aided by fatigue of the World Cup and stuff. He kind of fades out. But nights like this against teams of this stature, there is no other person who can get the job done like Modric, man. Ancelotti also said, I used 11 to play a more open game. We wanted to create danger, not like in the final in Paris. We all guessed in the preview yesterday that it wasn't going to be, a similar game to Paris, and Ancelotti's game plan worked, I guess. Rodrigo from the beginning, he just wanted to force the issue. Maybe that's what resulted in the first 2 goals. Maybe it was all part of the plan. Like maybe they anticipated to go behind and then try to set the tone. Ancelotti also said Real Madrid favorite to win the Champions League. I don't know. He said we still have to play at the Bernabeu. Liverpool is a great team and we'll suffer. Yeah. Man is humble, bro. Best win of my career. Winning here at Anfield is very difficult. We are happy and satisfied. He also said we were bad in January, but now it's February and you can't stop. The best part of the season starts now. He also speaks about the problems at left back. He says, I told Modric to press Fabinho, and that's why we had more problems to stop Salah in the first part. Kind of makes sense. But then we changed this and we were better. Yeah, I couldn't believe my eyes, because Salah, for all his good years at Liverpool, he wasn't that great this season. He hasn't been great ever since that AFCON, honestly. But it seemed like he was suddenly in brilliant form and giving us a run for our money. But we kind of made the tweak and kind of nullified him. Opening
I
stages,
mean,
Nunes gone.
it took him like what 5 games to score against us because they were
Mm.
crying about
The revenge card.
the
The
injury.
revenge card. We
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
forget the
yeah,
revenge card, man.
yeah. They've been crying about that play with Ramos for the past
Mm.
what
Mm.
5 years now,
Yeah, yeah.
and finally he beat Real Madrid. Well, not beat, but he scored against Real Madrid finally.
Mm.
So probably they cannot move on
Yeah, he has a
to the
small
actual
consolation.
fact.
He became
Yeah,
the
to the actual fact that
Liverpool's. Yeah.
they cannot win us.
Mm.
I mean, they
Yeah.
can beat Tottenham in a final. Yeah.
Yeah,
Kudos
and
to
that
him.
too, the manner. If you have seen the game, oh my God, one of the worst finals in Champions League history.
It is the worst final in the Champions League history to a team that is famous for not winning ever. So
Honestly,
I
if
mean,
not for that COVID season when Liverpool won the Premier League and the Champions League win against Tottenham, Klopp's tenure at Liverpool would be up in the air, man. Like honestly, like what does it mean? Like an FA Cup and a Carling Cup? Come on, it's peak. Um, Ancelotti says, I think Vinicius is the most determinant player in the world. No one is like him. Facts. He just doesn't stop, man. Vinicius and Rodrigo are relentless, and that goes a long way in how we kind of defend from the front. These men are so crucial for us. Yeah, is there anything else? I don't understand how important the oldest players are. Modric, Benzema, and Kroos led the whole team tonight. Yeah, Ancelotti is showering his praise on the elder statesman. Uh, when asked about Luka Modric, he said he's always like this. This is the best Modric we can see. He has been key for this win. Yeah, I was having my doubts, man. After the World Cup, I've been proven wrong again. I just want this to keep happening and for us to reach maybe another final. Because in La Liga, I'm going to keep my cards open, but I'm not going to be optimistic about La Liga. Champions League is where the money is at. You know, if we win the Champions League and not win the league, it's going to be much more of a success than if we win the league and not the Champions League. The Champions League is the real baby. We need it. We need it. It quenches our thirst. I just can't believe myself. Like I told myself last season after winning that historic Champions League, beating PSG, City, Liverpool, everyone, all the Chelsea on the way to the final. I was like, man, this is it. My life is complete. I don't think anything can top this. But come September, my mind just has a reboot. You know,
yeah.
it is just part and parcel of representing this great club, man. Like we just can't stop. The hunger, the thirst, it never goes away. Um, yeah, he also said in the moment of difficulty, Modric led us out of it. He was key to the win tonight. That's how much this man, you know, adds to the team. He is just insane. I've no words for Modric. Oh, Carragher also said, I'm not feeling too good. Well done to Madrid. I've never seen a team come to Anfield and destroy Liverpool like that in Europe. Embarrassing, shambolic. Yeah, he's a much more quiet, level-headed guy compared to Gary Neville. But yeah, man, hope people are finally understanding why we are the team to be feared, even when we are not firing on all cylinders. That's just pure facts. We can't claim to be feared, but this should make people fear us. That's just it. Yeah. Oh, I just read Rodrigo has just an overload, so hopefully it's not something horrible. Hopefully he's back quickly. But I guess that's pretty much about it, man. Anything else to add, guys?
Not really. Karim was exceptional coming back. Missing
The
one game.
composure for the fifth goal,
The
insane,
entire
insane.
game, really. I mean, if we exclude the first 15 minutes and everything that happened, it's skewing our, our perception towards this game. Even though everything counts, it's one game. Everything that happens. But for the rest of the game, for the rest of the match, Karim was exceptional, and he did, he did misplace a few passes. I remember one where he misplaced one to Modric, which was, it seemed like an easy one, which would have led us to having a really good chance, but it didn't happen. Other than that, he was really good. 2 goals in the Champions League. Get in, and Vinicius, just praise for that guy. I mean, if he hadn't scored that first goal, the game would probably not look the way it did right now. And his second goal, I was silently screaming. I cannot scream in this house, but I was screaming inside. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
man.
much it.
Benzema.
Those two guys are it tonight, I guess.
We need to keep this man fit, man. Without Benzema, we are not the same team. Just like last season, we just have to wrap this guy in cotton wool. I've said this so many times. I hoped, last season Mbappe would finally come and I can just bend this phrase. But I'm going to have to start it again, just like last February. We got to wrap this guy up in wool and save him for the big occasion. We can't risk him in La Liga. Like, if the gap widens anymore, I suggest we don't start Benzema at all. Maybe bring him on from the bench to keep him sharp or something, because we need Benzema to be at his peak fitness, like peak level of performance for us to be effective. Rodrigo can't do a job, maybe Alvaro, but it's too big of a ask, for an 18-year-old unproven at this level to come in and play starting striker for Real Madrid. But Javier, on to Javier, man. Any last thoughts?
Yeah, I have two thoughts, Sonny. One, most important.
Yeah.
This guy is gonna win the Ballon d'Or.
One day,
I said it million times already, and I'm probably the biggest fan of being in this podcast. But this guy is gonna win a Ballon d'Or first, and second, praise to Ancelotti, because once again, this team is the perfect. Some teams struggle to these transitions. With legends to new guys. Real Madrid put every single game a mix between legends and upcoming players. So for me, that's why Ancelotti is the best manager for Real Madrid. At this moment, this guy understands that this is so important. So for me, shout out once again to Carlo, because I said it in the preview with Yahoo. I was really hoping for Ceballos to start this game, and for me the reason that he didn't start is because he knows better and put Modric, and Modric put one of a wonderful show demonstration. So for me, once again, praise to Ancelotti to be confident. Once again, to Camavinga.
Ancelotti and his son as well.
Yeah, Davide. And Camavinga was struggled in this position. If you remember, this position was Toni Kroos when wasn't Chaumini, and today was Chaumini out, Toni Kroos out, and he said like, "Shh, I have my confidence in you." And Camavinga today destroys Liverpool. So shout out to the whole coaching staff.
20 years old, people forget Camavinga's 20 years old. 20 years old.
I think he's 19, but he's talent. The talent doesn't usually have age.
Yeah, just like Farouk said. But I'm just telling you, this is not normal. Not normal.
Yeah. So now we have to switch to the La Liga and keep fighting. This weekend, like you said, uh, this game against Atletico probably will determine if we are in the run, still in the run, or like you said, probably out. So yeah, congratulations for today's win. It's a big win, but tomorrow let's work on Atletico.
Tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow's a new day. Waking up tomorrow, Liverpool is by the side. We just keep it at the side. Yes, we pick it back up. When the second leg approaches sometime in March. We'll have a preview for that as well. Hopefully with Kopish. I was talking to them yesterday. Maybe that might be on the cards. We would love to work with them. One final bit, man. This has me worried. Yeah. So this is a quote that I read. Nacho speaking after the game. He said, "The club has told me that if I want, I can renew. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. It is a personal and family decision. I hope the club can instill him with some confidence that Nacho gets some much deserving game time. With a team like us, for the amount of competitions that we are involved in, like Nacho is invaluable. Like I hope the team kind of wakes up and understands what this man brings to the table, man. Like he should be respected. He also gets to say, at the beginning of the season, I felt very bad. I didn't deserve that situation. My future is not clear to me. So apparently something went on behind the scenes regarding his game time and importance to the first team. I hope it's fixed. I hope he doesn't have to prove himself again, because he has done it time and time again. Nacho deserves all the love in the world, man. Like he is one of the best 12th men in football, like period. Like I can't think of someone who is as versatile, as forgiving, as understanding, as team oriented as a guy like Nacho. He basically is Madridismo. Like he is your guy.
And he's the second captain, Sonny. Even that, put that other things in a balance. He's your second captain. What this guy wants to be important. What this guy probably a little bit more of money. Keep them both, because like you said, he deserves it.
At least for a couple
If you're
more
gonna rule out
years.
someone like Hazard,
Yeah.
you have money. You can put Nacho in a higher wage
bracket. Yeah. Facts. Hazard can eat 2 less burgers, like that's it, or just sell him. I don't think Hazard is going to stay beyond the summer, but yeah, man, like facts. We give him all that money to rot on the bench and do basically nothing. People like Nacho, he deserves every penny he makes, because he has brought me so much joy. People like Nacho, Asensio, the guys like this has brought me so much joy over the years that I only have good things to tell, about them. Honestly, I can't speak bad about them. But I guess that is pretty much it from us tonight, people. Almost 15 of you again in the chat. Much love for the love. Share it among your friends, tell a friend to tell a friend. Also, smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. Also, turn on the notification bell on so that you guys know when we schedule a live. Since we might run into some, time zone issues, because we are from different parts of the world. But yeah, man, shout out to our partners on Instagram. Real Madrid Committee, their link is in the description below. They run a brilliant fan page, a Real Madrid fan page. Do check them out. Shout out to Grizz as well. Big up to Grizz for actually coming down for the preview and having a continuation of our conversation from back in May. Commiserations for the loss. You knew what was coming. I told you. Also, we are available on all major audio platforms. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Spotify, you name it. Just like if you want to listen to us on the go, feel free to do so. Yeah, man, and check out our socials on Twitter and Instagram. Show some love over there as well. Yeah, man, big up the panel for being here for over 2 hours. I don't know how late it is, for Doris. She might be already cursing me for prolonging this.
It's 1:20 a.m.
It's 1:20. It's not too bad, It's not too bad. But until next time, people. A la Madrid.
A la Madrid.
Hello, Madrid.